What a hassle.
We're alive. It's taken a lot of work, and we're terribly
here.
petrified. I'm going to go over to that chair, and I'm KJ, and that's Katie.
Hello.
So here are our faces, and that's Shelley. Shelley is with ConQuest Journals, and she's our supernatural expert, and we're going to talk about all kinds of other things. So here I go. I hope you like our show. Normally, we record a show, and then Katie edits it to make us not sound stupid, but when you're live, you're going to sound stupid.
Yes.
Now, for starters, can you explain to me why you're wearing a parka?
It is a blanket
Okay.
because it's freezing. So we share the studios with WZPL, and all of the studios. So we have our production director's office, my office, another studio, and then the ZPL studio, all in succession.
Okay.
So I came in this morning, and Dave Smiley was complaining that the studio was incredibly hot to our IT guy.
Okay.
And I said, don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Because for some reason, all four of the studios are connected
Yes.
with AC and heating and
This
whatever.
is an old building. It's got like so our air conditioner, I think, is the only one that's separate.
Yes.
That little thing runs on its own for in here.
Yep.
Everybody else is screwed.
And 99% of the time, we are the nice part of the office.
Mm-hmm.
Sales is usually incredibly hot. Over here is usually freezing. Yada yada. So I heard him complain that it was too hot, and I was like, Dave, you're a liar. I know it's not too hot. You're just all over the place. But Dan changed it, so I walked into my office, and it was very cold. And now I'm here with my blanket.
Is that a TARDIS?
It's Disney.
It's
It's
Disney.
the
Oh, okay.
Cinderella's castle.
Oh, okay. So
I borrowed it from our front desk girl.
Oh, very nice. Oh, so you don't have a big connection to Cinderella's castle.
Been there too many times to actually care.
Have you really?
Yeah, I used to live in Florida.
Oh, that's right. I have not been. Shelley, have you been?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
You know what? I went like everywhere but the Magic Kingdom. I went to Epcot. I went to
Magic
Animal
Kingdom's the one
Kingdom.
people go for.
Yeah.
I did. You know, I had one afternoon to like. I had a friend that worked there, and I was staying with my sister, and I was only there for 3 days. So I was like, I've got this one afternoon where my sister's in meetings. Take me to Disney. And I thought we were gonna take me to Disney. I thought we were gonna have more time.
For
But
one
the
afternoon.
Animal
before
Kingdom
parks.
takes forever, and there were no animals.
Yeah.
Like, I was just riding this train going, well, nice trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hierarchy of the parks
Yes.
at Walt Disney World, for the most part, is
Okay.
Magic Kingdom,
Okay.
number one.
Oh, and this is important because we're about
Yes.
to send Edward to,
Then you have
Switch.
MGM Studios,
okay,
which is now Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
that wasn't
Then
there at the time.
That one was the cool one with the rock and roller coaster with Aerosmith.
Ah, okay.
At the very bottom is Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
That one is
Okay.
last.
Well, now I
Well,
know.
Epcot is above Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Epcot's the one where it's like, you can drink around the world.
Well, that's why I like that. Like, I rushed through
that's-
Epcot. I got caught up in France because
Yeah.
there was pink champagne.
But that's
Yeah.
like all you do at Epcot. So
Yeah.
it's really more for like festivals and things like that as opposed to like a park.
Well, I had a one-woman festival in Epcot, and I really enjoyed it. But then there wasn't time for Magic Kingdom.
I did too.
Yeah. Yeah. The Magic Kingdom is like at least a day, if not 2 days, just to the Magic Kingdom.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone like 4 or 5 times taking the kids. And, we did the whole, like, had the magic bus pick us up at the airport.
Oh, there's a magic bus?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
overlap because you can have a park hopper pass.
Oh,
You go to different
yeah.
ones.
Yes, so you get, and you're just immersed in Mickey and Disney, and my sister's like, you're in a cult. I may have to deprogram you after
Oh,
this.
really?
Because
Like,
it's
it
just,
was that bad?
it's just really, it's
Yep.
really immersive. But for a
Okay.
family, it's just super awesome. I mean, when you stay on property and you do that whole thing.
Well, now that they have the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff, I feel more like inclined to go. When I looked into it with my sister and my nephew, he was I don't know, like between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I could go to Ireland 3 times for what it costs to go to Disney.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, and he's not even going to remember it. Like, what are we doing?
Most
Right.
people delegate at least 4 days to go to Disney,
Okay.
but they do Epcot and Animal Kingdom in one day together.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I did the one day that is like the last day that you don't care about.
Animal Kingdom has my favorite roller coaster though. That's the only reason I go to animal kingdom.
Oh, really?
Yep, Expedition Everest
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
with the big giant Yeti.
I don't do roller coasters anymore.
They're so good.
I don't anymore either.
I grew out of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm too close to death to die.
Yeah.
by a roller coaster now.
Don't put that eagle on me.
Okay, so we need to talk a little bit of Harry Potter today in the gaming world, right?
Mobile game,
We got
yeah.
gaming stuff to talk about. Katie's nerdy thing right now is Narcos.
Oh, so good.
And let's start with supernatural stuff. Now, just a quick introduction. You guys think about the things that you're going to say, because every time I get to Katie, she goes, "I'm Katie."
I work
Yeah.
here.
Think about some things. Okay, so I'm KJ. The last nerdy thing I watched, Angel. I'm in the process of watching Angel from start to finish all over again. I have 3 cats. I'm obsessed with Doctor Who, and Captain America is the best Avenger. Katie?
I'm Katie. I move next weekend. I have 4 episodes of Jessica Jones in my queue,
Yay!
along with like every PBS special on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 dogs.
Okay.
I'm Shelley,
Mhm.
and my OG fandom was probably Star Wars, but then Buffy, but now really Supernatural and Harry Potter. I'm a Slytherin.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, I'm in the room with 2 Slytherins.
You are,
I'm
but
Gryffindor.
You've been graced.
yes,
you.
but my Patronus is a white stallion, so I say that that helps play off of my evil,
It does.
ambitious ways.
The stallion keeps you
I
keeps you
took
pure.
that test. You know what I got?
What
What?
did you get?
Vulture.
your Patronus is a vulture.
You're a Slytherin and your Patronus is a vulture.
Oh my gosh.
We talked about this many episodes ago.
Oh my God, that's so
I
I
brilliant.
took it twice because I was like, no way. Like, it can't be that
And you got
bad,
vulture
right?
again?
No, I got skunk.
Oh no!
I was like, all right, I'm done.
I'm done. I think I'll have a vulture.
I know this is going to shock you guys. I had to take like pictures of the screen because I was like, no one's going to believe me that this is what I got. I didn't just get a cat. I got a tortoiseshell cat, which is what my Mandy was, right? I'm like, so it's like, it was like my actual cat bouncing around the screen in the white light.
It's so perfect. That's so perfect. I'm so happy that you got that.
I was like,
Aw.
of all, and there's so many different types of cats,
Yeah,
right? I was
yeah.
like, I got tortoiseshell cat.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So it was fantastic.
I would have been really annoyed if you would have gotten like a dog. It would have been like,
Ah.
what? No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am this, like, the sorting hat knows.
That's right.
I am actually a cat on the
Yeah.
inside.
Yes, it works.
So before we get to the Harry Potter gaming stuff, I just saw a headline as we were getting ready to record here with a little fun tidbit about Supernatural. If you felt like we didn't have enough Castiel last season, and I did feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't around enough.
Yeah.
They've announced that he will be in, he's not going to be in more episodes than he was last season, but he'll be in more of
Of
the episodes.
more
So,
actual time.
yeah, so you're going to get more Castiel.
So how much approximately did you get of him last season?
I felt like he just popped in and out here and there.
Yeah. Really minimal.
Because there were seasons where you felt like it was like the 3 of them, just
Right,
like
right.
in it together,
Right.
like doing these things together. And this was like, like their cousin that drops by once in a while for
Yeah.
dinner.
I mean, was he like busy?
Well, I mean, and the thing is, they really should have had him more because he's integral to Jack's story, the Nephilim, who is
That's what I thought was so
running
weird.
around. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I hope that they show more of the relationship between the 4 of them.
Yeah, because I really thought the way they set it up, that he was going to be more of a father figure. Like that's what he promised he was going to
Yeah.
do. He's going to be a dad to Jack. And then, Jack's gone and
Well,
Cass pops in once in a while. Found Jack yet? Nope. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean-
yeah. And last weekend in Denver at the Supernatural convention, the actor who plays Jack, Alex Calvert, he was there, and they said, which one do you really see as more of a father figure? And I thought he would say, Castiel for his character, and he goes, no, really, it's like riding around in the Impala with 3 crazy uncles, which I
I mean, that sounds like the summary of the show.
Yeah, it was really
That's
funny.
fair.
I mean, you know, everybody was like really, really laughing. He was.
Has he done many conventions? Is he like doing the
He's
supernatural
been
cons
doing
now?
more and more conventions. He's doing the. He'll be at the Indianapolis Supernatural Convention in September.
Yay.
Oh, it's almost September.
It is
Wow.
almost September.
It is almost September. And he has been doing more. He's been picking up more. The first one he did, I think, was last December.
Okay.
And I think that must have been San Francisco. And that was like his first one. You could see he was a little bit deer in the headlights. Like, we're like, hey! And,
Well,
you know,
yeah, 'cause the supernatural fans are very
right.
overzealous.
We are
Passionate.
a very passionate group.
I can
And-
say that because I'm one of them.
Yes, and you know, and then the convention, as convention goers, we're all kind of old hats, many of us, to
Mhm.
the whole convention scene. But I feel like everybody kind of was like, okay, Alex, you know, this is going to be cool. We'll, you know, we're not going to make you do crazy poses and stuff in your first photo ops.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, until I get some
Ah.
comfortable.
Okay, so we talked about this in a podcast a few weeks back. Since you have seen him in person,
Mhm.
do he and Misha look alike? Have you seen the memes going
I
around
have seen
that,
the
like,
memes.
look like they're actually father and son?
Of the young Misha
Yeah.
and then Alex,
I can
and
see it.
it is uncanny, but in person, I would never, when they're like next to each other, I would, no. Uh-uh.
It's just there's just some pictures. Where,
Yes,
where
that
it
it's
is.
really uncanny, but in person, no. I don't think if they were standing next to each other, anybody would think, oh my gosh. I mean, this is just me personally.
Okay.
I may get a lot of backlash from a lot of
I
Supernatural fans
know!
going, no, you're wrong, but I don't see it.
I don't think supernatural fans. To my experience, I feel like anytime I've had a differing opinion, it's
Yeah.
been a fun conversation.
Yes,
not like
yes, yes.
down with Shelley, burn her.
I don't see it in person, but I do see it in memes. Obviously, it's crazy.
I'm excited to see it in person.
Yeah.
Because they'll both be there, right?
Right.
You said
Mhm.
Alex is coming in.
Hey,
Misha
look at that.
is coming in. Let's just get full into supernatural. We're still going to talk Harry Potter and Narcos. This is a special supernatural con. It's not
This
like
is will be the first one in their giving back tour.
okay.
Misha Collins, who plays Castiel, is the headliner for this
Mhm.
convention, and it is going to be super, super cool. And they're benefiting Horizon House locally, so they're working with a local charity in each of the two cities, which is Indianapolis and Cleveland.
Do you know any of the things that they're doing? Like I had somebody ask.
I believe I asked.
Well, Katie asked, and that there was a girl named Michelle that called me yesterday on my show on 107.9 The Mix that said, is there anything we can be doing now? Are there fundraisers? Are we supposed to bring stuff? Like, what is the giving back part? Or we show up and they give the Horizon House a bunch of money?
No, I mean I think. And I will get you more information
Okay.
specifically about what we need to do for the Horizon House. But I think what they're going to have everybody do interactively at the convention is do like fun games and maybe do a little like fundraisers on site for
Okay.
that. But mostly it's going to be super interactive with the actors because, for instance, in Kim and Brianna's panels,
Yes.
instead of just doing like a normal Q&A, you can actually create monsters.
Oh, that's right. They're going to create
submit
a
them.
monster, and one
Yeah.
of them will be part of a supernatural episode in the
Right,
future.
right,
That's
right,
really cool. What can Katie do interactively with Mark Pellegrino?
That's all I care about.
I
He's the
thought-
only one I care about.
I'm not exactly sure what Mark has planned, but I thought I remember somebody talking about playing like Pictionary or a game
That's
with
I feel like
him.
it was Pictionary or maybe Trivial
Or
Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit or something with Mark Pellegrino.
Mhm.
Let me.
Whatever I gotta do to hang out with the man.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you're not gonna you don't buy a ticket to a supernatural convention and go for a couple hours and shop and see a panel.
No,
You
it's-
spend the whole weekend hanging out with the cast.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
less. I would say it's, and I haven't been there yet. I'm just going off of how you've explained these to me. It's more of an experience and less of a convention.
It's a weekend immersive experience.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
that's totally what it is.
They're all coming here. They're coming to Indianapolis.
Yeah,
you
they're
guys.
coming to Indianapolis. It's so exciting, and you're just all together, and it's like at no other convention really do you go in and you're all with your people
Mhm.
because you're all Supernatural fans.
Right.
It's not like a bunch of like Marvel and Doctor Who and whatever. Everybody can love all those things, but
Right.
you're all there for a specific.
So if you're super awkward and you're not good at starting conversations, when you're at a Supernatural convention,
Yeah.
you have something in common with everyone, and they're
Everybody.
all there to talk about
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
So you can go and be guaranteed to but really find friends and family. And
Yes.
I've noticed because I'm a part of the group
Yes.
that is on Facebook for the Indianapolis convention, and they're so helpful. Like somebody just asks a question, I don't know how to do this, or and all these girls jump in and
Yeah.
they're like, I've been to this one and this one
Yeah.
and this one, and I remember my first time. And
Oh yeah, I know,
So-
I know. And a lot of people will be like, well, I'm kind of thinking of going by myself,
Mhm.
and then everybody's like, oh, come, and
Yeah,
everybody is just like, you're just with a bunch of friends.
I love fandom.
Yeah,
We didn't
I
get
do
to
too.
when we were little. We didn't get to do this.
No,
We
no.
didn't.
Thank goodness we get to do it as
Yes,
adults, right? We'd
yes.
be so happy.
Well, and also when we were little, I mean, I was going to say we had no money. I still have no money, but I have a little more money. When I was little, my mom would not have said, "Here's some money to go to the Supernatural convention."
Right. No, mine either. I got in trouble for asking to go see Star Wars 7 times because
Oh yeah.
it was like half an hour away.
Oh, I had to like beg and plead to get. I told Katie about this. I had to get my mom to give me permission to go see the Lost Boys because I wasn't old enough. I don't remember. It was PG-13, and I was not 13 when it came out. And she was like, I don't know about this, and it's vampires. Why do you like vampires? That's my birthday. Just let me see it for my birthday.
Why do you like vampires? That's not
She's like, wait a second, where did I go wrong? You've been spending a lot of time in your room and all of a sudden you love vampires?
What's your ulterior motive here?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this weekend, as we speak, it is Saturday. Kiefer Sutherland and Jason Patrick are in town at Horror Hound Weekend.
Unbelievable
Yes,
that they're
yes.
going to be there at Horror Hound.
They're
So
doing
awesome.
a Lost Boys
Mhm.
and then Lou Diamond Phillips is
Yes.
here too, so they're doing a Young Guns. He and Kiefer are doing a Young Guns duo. And then there's a bunch of Walking Dead people and Freddy Krueger. And Katie loves the horror stuff, so I bet if you went there, you would just know everybody. I know like the 3 people.
Solid possibility.
All right, let's talk. This is a show we haven't talked about before, but Katie's in love with it.
I talk about the show nonstop. I don't know where you guys have been.
Narcos. I know you brought it up to me, and I think I was confused when you brought it up. I thought it was the Jason Bateman show, which is Ozarks, actually, and I watched one episode of that. And
They're a little different.
I didn't like seeing Jason Bateman be dark.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I don't
Yeah.
need to typecast you, Jason Bateman, but this is not how I like to see you.
Yeah.
Go back to being funny.
Yeah.
And charming. So tell me about Narcos, because it's clearly not the Ozarks.
Not at all.
Okay.
So season 1 and season 2 of Narcos are the rise and fall of Pablo Escobar.
Okay.
You know, the cocaine, drug lord,
okay.
all that kind of stuff. Season 3, which is the newest one, that is what happens after Pablo Escobar. So it's not necessarily a documentary, but it is historically based.
Okay.
So like they follow the story of, this group of DEA agents that are trying to find Pablo Escobar, and it's all based on historical fact and things like that. And one of the cool production elements of it is like there's different parts of the sequences, like where the guy that plays Pablo Escobar goes to the jail and he gets his mugshot taken, and when the screen flashes when they take the picture, they show the actual mugshot of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, spoilers, Pablo Escobar dies. They have his death photos, the
Thank you.
real death photos, and
Yeah.
it just makes you think that like the casting is absolutely amazing because they look so much like these characters, and all the way down to the costumes. They have the same ugly shirt from his mugshot, and it's so very well done. On top of all of the good acting and the good casting and the good scripting and the good, all of those kinds of things. It just is a very well done piece.
How bloody is it?
Very.
Hey.
I mean,
I
it's
did with the blood.
cocaine kingpins,
Okay.
so.
All right, Shelley, I want you to hop in on this because right before we went live on YouTube, Katie said Narcos, and Shelley went, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. I really didn't want to see it, but it was on, so I started watching it, and then I quickly became addicted. And for me, it's kind of like The Crown is, even though they're completely opposite.
The Crown's pretty good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love, and I didn't realize that I really loved some of these fictional, like historical fiction. I don't know how to say it,
Yeah.
because as we were watching Narcos, I would start Googling immediately.
Yep.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, and I start looking up the events, and
Yeah.
for me, that's the really cool time, like, oh my gosh, this is what happened, and blah, 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 and then, I would stop and read, like, what that incident was, and, there were times when, it's really weird, you're looking at this guy, and in some ways, he tried to do so many good things for like some schools and some people down there, and you're like, he's a horrible person, but look, he's kind of a god to these people because he's giving them a bunch of money, and I mean, it's just really crazy. And it was just to know that it's accurate in the fact that how like the government was involved in this stuff, and I mean, it just blows your mind.
Wow.
And it's really, I think that's what's so fascinating about it, is that it is based in fact.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, I get it. I mean, that's the same, like some of my favorite Doctor Who episodes obviously are, loosely based in fact, but like the Shakespearean Code.
Or the Van Gogh episodes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
exactly. And that's what really gets you. You're like, oh, he was a person, and he was.
Yeah. The episode where you're like, wait, did the Queen end up a werewolf?
Yeah.
Totally. Because this is really believable.
Right. And yeah, it is true. When they do those, there was another episode not that long ago that I think that touched on some scenes from World War II or something, and I was like, I looked that up at the time. So from Doctor Who. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what's really fascinating. If Narcos was just completely fiction, I don't think I'd be enthralled. But the fact that it's really telling this crazy, I mean, it's crazy, and it happened. That's like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
It has one of the guys from Game of Thrones in it.
Which one?
Season
God.
4, The Prince of Dorne.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's so beautiful.
Pedro
he's so
Pascal.
great.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's handsome.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got a 70s mustache in Narcos, though,
Okay.
so,
He's
you gotta look past that.
Yeah, that's okay. He's a little Burt Reynolds in Narcos.
Speaking of, do we know
But I dig
if
it.
Chris Evans still has a mustache right now?
Gosh, I hope not.
I'm ignoring this phase of his life. So somebody let me know when he shaves.
Gosh, I
Yeah.
I get it. It's for a part, right? Is
Yeah.
he still on Broadway doing that cop thing? Anyway.
Like, all right.
No, Narcos is a Netflix original. You should go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it last night. Oh gosh, this is why we're only kind of nerdy because I can't remember the name of the movie, but they're so good at catching your attention. And it looked like just a really kind of cute, feel good movie that starred Kelsey Grammer and Kristen Bell and Seth
Really?
Rogen, and it's a Netflix movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna have to
she's
go.
like. She's a bride who gets left at the altar, but it turns out that her dad, who had never been a part of her life, came to her wedding, and so she takes her dad that she doesn't know on the cruise that was supposed to be her honeymoon.
Oh my God.
Like Father.
Father.
There we
I think-
go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
We went to Netflix last night, and that started playing, and I'm like, I love her.
Yeah.
I love Kristen Bell.
Did you read
Did I
that
read?
there is a Veronica Mars reboot with
Yeah,
Kristen
there
Bell in the works?
I heard about it, but is there more information? Because the last time I heard Rob Thomas, not the guy from Matchbox 20, the guy from Veronica Mars,
Yeah.
said that he didn't like the cast that he wanted to come back, like he couldn't get the timing to work out.
Okay, because I just saw the headline this morning.
Oh,
so
well,
I
maybe
thought it
there's
was
news.
new, but I didn't read the
I would
article.
freak out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was just such a fantastic show.
It was such a
Fantastic show.
I know.
And that I wanted her to be with Logan, even though that was
Even though he's horrible, me
a
too.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
bad,
All right, good.
yeah.
I feel
Absolutely, yes.
I feel a little better about
Yes, I should
myself.
Logan all the way, even though he was a bad idea. Did you watch Veronica Mars?
Absolutely not.
Oh my
gosh. So just
I have the DVD.
so it was smart. The writing was really intelligent and witty, but then it also had that like little little bit of a guilty pleasure feel
Yeah.
to it because it was kind of soap opera-y.
A little bit.
That's not the category I watch on Netflix.
No, I sent Katie, these are the kind of things that I know Katie's into. I sent her a screenshot the other day of a podcast that came up recommended to me. It was like kids who kill.
It's an interesting podcast.
Have you started
Yeah.
listening to it?
I
Okay.
so I
But
go
I
through and
sent it to her and I was like,
Yeah, you're
I
like,
would
oh,
like
I bet
this.
you'd like about these kids who kill.
Yeah.
Listen, I watch all those documentaries. Evil Genius on Netflix, absolutely well done.
Mm.
You should absolutely watch. It's only
No.
4 parts.
I don't want to know about like real people who do terrible things.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
why
how
I
you sleep.
watched Narcos.
I know.
I
So what is kids who kill? What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know that it's-
because
I don't
I've
think
watched.
don't think
listen
it's,
to.
is it called Kids Who Kill? It's not, I don't think that's what it's called, but it was like something
All
like
the
that.
podcasts I'm listening
Murdering,
to right now
like-
blur together.
Murderous Minors or something is what it was called.
Well, I'm listening to about
Minors.
6 different podcasts right now,
Yeah.
so they all kind of blur together.
What's your app of choice? How do you listen?
Podcasts. That's what it's called.
It's just called
Yeah,
podcast?
it's one of the pre-downloads on my iPhone.
Oh, are we on podcasts?
Yes.
On your iPhone? Oh, so maybe that's through iTunes?
Probably.
Because the iPhone, the iPhone wouldn't let you just have podcasts without going through
Yeah.
iTunes.
Well, the ones I'm
They
listening
don't
to
let you
right
do
now:
anything.
Myths and Legends, Unexplained, Criminal, Lore, the Astonishing Legends podcast,
Mhm.
and My Favorite Murder.
My favorite murder.
Yeah.
Okay, so not kids
No.
killing kids.
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Do you listen to podcasts, Shelley? Do you do any podcasts and stuff?
A little bit.
You should say, yes, I listen to yours.
Yes, well, I listen to
Also,
Kind of
you're on it right now.
Yeah, and I'm on one right now. But and I know that Tracy has told me about Lore before.
Yeah, I saw that one's on Amazon Prime too. It's like
Yeah.
a TV show
Lore is
and
so good.
podcast.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't recommend it enough.
And
Okay.
I think Drunk History started as a podcast.
Yeah, I think it did.
So
Yeah.
We should do that.
Drunk
yes.
Kind of Nerdy News.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
You drunkenly read podcast or headlines and try to interpret them.
Oh my gosh, you don't even understand what a lightweight Katie is. Like this would take like one wine cooler.
Not even a wine cooler.
We could just Uber home. Let's do it.
Oh my
in.
God. Just
do it in my house so I don't
I
have to
I
go
kind of
home.
want to do it with like cheap booze, like Zima or
Yeah,
something. Like,
So,
Boone's Farm.
yeah.
I had an alcoholic realization while I was in Japan last week.
Okay. No, you're not. No, wait. You don't drink, so don't say I had an alcoholic.
No, but it is
realization.
it is relating to alcohol.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go out to dinner the first night, and
Mm-hmm.
we're at something called Chicken Restaurant.
Chicken restaurant. Okay.
And they cook in front of you and whatever. So we meet up with this guy that we're traveling with, and he teaches English in Korea, and he's got his little friends from the school or whatever, and we all joined up for dinner. And they kept talking about this drink, and they're like, oh, it's awful. You know, it's the worst thing you're ever going to drink. And I'm thinking, oh, it's like Everclear, you know, where it's liquid gasoline,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. It's called soju.
Okay.
So we order a bottle,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I'm like, all right, here we go. First night, probably shouldn't be doing this, whatever.
It's vacation.
So everybody's like bracing themselves, and Eric, my boyfriend, and I kind of toss a glance at each other across the table, and we're both like, uh-oh, we're in too deep. So then we take a drink, and we both kind of looked at each other, and we were like, this is just plain vodka. Like,
Turns out soju means vodka.
well, apparently it's like the cheapest drink you can buy, because you can buy it for like $1 a
Oh my
bottle.
gosh. So it's like,
And they're like,
Dark
oh,
eyes.
it's the worst thing ever, and it's just so hard to drink. And he and I kind of looked at each other, and we both had we chatted while they were all talking about how awful it was and trying to wash out their mouths. We were like, this is just plain vodka,
Just
right?
vodka,
And he's
right?
Yeah, this like the plainest vodka, right? And,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he goes, are we alcoholics or
Just because
is
you were
this
so
just
grossed
not
out
awful?
by it?
Yeah.
right. Like, I appear to be okay with this, so is there something wrong
Is there
with
something
me?
Yeah,
wrong with
because
you?
I ended up having 2 or 3 shots of it, and I was perfectly fine,
Yeah.
which is a rarity for me.
Yeah.
Because 2 or 3 shots in, I'm like,
Wow.
it's time to party.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't bring it. You didn't bring it home.
No.
Oh my gosh! When I packed for Ireland, I packed light so I could bring as much booze back as possible.
I brought a
I
bottle
love
of
this about
sake back.
We have a little bit of distillery Jameson left, so we're gonna have to make another trip. Yeah. I got Shelley into Jameson and
Jameson and
ginger ale.
ginger.
Was it a couple years ago,
Yes.
Gen Con? Is that what it was?
No, it was
Where were
that
we?
fateful Wizard World that came to Indianapolis that one time.
Oh, the Wizard World.
I love wizards.
The Wizard World doesn't have anything to do with wizards.
Oh, well then what's the point?
I know.
Exactly.
It's false
Yeah.
advertising. That was but Wizard World served a very, it was like a turning point in my life. We did these bus trips to the radio station.
Yes.
Right? It's
Yes.
why I know you.
Was
Yes.
that the one with the pass with your whole body on it?
Yes, that was Wizard World Chicago.
Yes.
Where they did the gigantic, KJ's whole body on your pass to get pictures. It was embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, that was how I got connected with Shelley. That's how I got connected with Kitsy from Oddity Files, and now work with her at Celeb Photo Ops, which is why I will be at Horror Hound this weekend. So yeah, I mean, it really was like, it was all because this guy named Peter reached out to our radio station and said, "Do you have any DJs who are nerds? Would they like to come to our Comic Con?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And ironically, that Wizard World Indianapolis convention
Mm-hmm.
where you and Patrick introduced me to Jameson and Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
The night before, we had to get up early for our breakfast giveaway with Merle.
Yes, Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker. And I swear I was like blow drying my hair that Saturday morning thinking, I think I'm still drunk and I may throw up. I gotta go down and do this giveaway with KJ at
Oh,
breakfast.
that's right. Oh my God, it was so early. But the thing is,
It was
like,
early.
if you're gonna get up early and do something with a celebrity, Michael Rooker's a good one.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's so much energy.
Yeah.
He's so much fun. So yeah, we did.
We had a great time.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he looked at me and went, "Why do you get to be in all the pictures?"
Yeah. He was like, "Oops," and
Like-
you're
Like I was hogging him, and then I had this awkward moment where I'm like, "I'm the DJ."
I'm working.
listen, I'm very important, okay?
Didn't you see my pass with my whole body on
Look,
it?
that is me right there on that pass.
I don't see you on this pass.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Harry Potter. What is the? I mean, obviously, if there's any other Harry Potter news that you have, please share. But you have specifically, you achieved something amazing in the game.
Yes, I've
Okay.
achieved my lifelong goal of becoming a prefect.
Really?
Yes. So in the Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, which is that phone game that I downloaded, and mixed reviews about it all around, but I like it.
Okay.
So
Are you
I
playing the
don't care.
game, Shelley?
Yes, I am playing the game. I
Okay.
have not reached. I think I'm in my 4th year.
Do you like it?
So at the
Yes.
end of year
Okay.
4,
All
you have the option to become a prefect.
Oh yeah.
But it is a
Ooh.
timed challenge.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So you have, I think it's a day and a half or 2 days to complete, I think it's 4, 8, 12, 16 different tasks.
Okay.
Now, some of them are 8 hours, some of them are 3 hours, some of them are 1 hour, some of
Actually,
them don't
like-
require any
wait,
energy
like,
whatsoever.
But no, you're not like doing it for 8 hours.
I was like,
So how it works
You have
is,
8 hours to get 5 stars worth of points.
but
Okay.
the thing is, you use your energy to complete the tasks,
Okay.
and your energy runs out, and you only get one bit of energy. This is the complaint. You only get one bit of energy every 4 minutes. And so your task, they give you 3 hours to do it because you have to wait for your energy to replenish. And they hide energy around, or you can buy,
You can buy
energy.
You can pay to win.
Yeah, there we go.
But again,
Yeah. So a
um,
lot of people were like, "There's no way you can really be the top of this game unless you're
Unless
doing
you're
a lot of those
Paying for it,
microtransactions."
or-
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I have refrained from so far.
Really?
I
So you
don't
made
believe
it
in
this far with
microtransactions.
$0?
Yeah, so no, it's free to download,
Cool.
and I kept it that way.
Mhm.
But at the end of year 4,
Mhm.
so you're trying to find another cursed vault and all this kind of stuff, and it pops up and it's like, hey, you have the option to become a prefect if you want. So you go through the quests, and you have to like prove you're good in the classes.
Mhm.
Then you have to go and help other students, and like that's the whole job of the prefect, is to help out other
Right.
kids and stuff like that. So if you do pass it and you finish it, you get a cute little badge. And at the start of your 5th year,
Mhm.
you become a prefect. So we don't know, because it's not out yet, the 5th year.
Oh, so now you're waiting for year 5.
Whether it's gonna give you like extra quests, or it's gonna give you extra bonuses, or it's gonna have more challenges for you, or anything like that. But you do get a cool little badge, so I got that.
So what do you do now? Do you occasionally just like log in and just like stare at it and be like, I have accomplished being a prefect? Like,
Yeah, I like to admire it. I wear it
Okay.
because you have different outfits or whatever. And a lot of it is like, oh, you have 7 days to complete however many classes or whatever, and you can earn this limited edition outfit.
Ooh.
And they're all hideous, so I don't do them.
They are all hideous.
They're
Their
absolutely
clothing
ugly.
choices and the hair choices
Yes.
are bad.
So
Unfortunately.
it's Harry Potter, but worse. So of course the outfits are already kind of weird.
Okay.
But it's pre-Harry Potter, so it's like the 80s, early 90s.
Oh, oh, can you have a mullet?
Yes. And you can have like these bulky, ugly sweaters, and you can have overalls, and you can have, all these.
Okay.
They don't have any like normal clothing choices.
Can you do like neon leggings or anything like that from the 80s?
I think you can do corduroy skirts.
Yeah, you can do corduroy skirts for
Yeah.
sure.
So I just kept it like
Yeah.
the default robes because I thought they were all ugly.
Oh my gosh, okay. Now I have to play this game
Yeah.
because you're like, this is all horrible. But I lived through the 80s and we have Wizard Fest coming to Indianapolis.
Wear your corduroy.
Maybe I want to be an 80s wizard. But you're saying they're bad too, Shelley?
The clothes?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Well,
usually
if you're going to do 80s clothes, you should.
it's not like the fun 80s clothes.
No, it's
You
not
know, it's
big
not-
hair.
No, it's not a lot of neon colors and
Not a lot of jelly
you know,
shoes.
geometric shapes. No, it's just not, they're just
It's not what you
good.
think of at like the 80s part.
Right, right.
It is more like the grandma made this sweater and you are required to wear it.
Right,
Oh,
right,
okay.
right.
Um,
But I mean, so I just stay in my robes too, and
but I can get a mullet.
and
You can.
I have my default hair.
Yeah, I did that too.
and-
All right.
And the glasses are too expensive.
You can get pets now too.
Yes.
They give you
Oh,
extra energy.
Yeah.
Just now, like
Yeah.
you're supposed to get to take a pet with you.
Well, they added them.
As
In
an
the last
upgrade.
month or so.
I think
Okay.
they added some of those things to offset the whole bad feedback about the microtransactions.
I'm like, listen, I'm not going to Hogwarts
Well,
if I can't have a pet.
They have a dueling club too.
Okay.
So like you can duel against other players, but it's gone through 3 or 4 different dueling clubs, and
Uh-huh.
every single one they're like, this is the worst one.
Okay.
I don't mind where they're at with it now, because the first time it was completely random and you were up against bots. So you were almost pre-programmed to lose every time because
Wow.
they had 2 or 3 times as much health as you, they were higher levels than you. So when you did damage, you only did like 10 points, but when they did damage, it did like 40 points to you.
Oh.
Yep.
And
So
then
it's
once you
a
ran
little
out
more
of your
balanced
tickets, so every time you lost a ticket, you only had 3 tickets, did not refill. So you couldn't complete the timed event, and you couldn't get the clothes if you lost.
Oh.
So then the second time around, they took the tickets away or whatever, and they tried to more balance it.
Okay.
Still, because kind of,
So you would say if someone started it like right when it came out, they hated it, maybe they should go back and try it again now.
obviously I think people are a little salty about it
Okay.
because you get what you get and you have to kind of deal with it. You don't get to go in and make all these changes. But there are some things that are very validated in complaining about. Like the dueling club, it was almost impossible to win for some people because it was so hard stacked against you.
Okay.
Like I finished the first dueling club and I got all my stuff with like 1 ticket left. So I was pretty lucky. But a whole bunch of people did not, and they were upset because they didn't get the limited edition stuff and whatever. So the second time around, it was a little more evenly stacked, but it was still pretty hard. Third time around, they did tickets that when you lost your 2 tickets, after 3 or 4 hours, it would give you another ticket, and you could try again.
Okay.
So they've been making these improvements over the course of testing these things.
Sounds like so much work. You know
And-
me in gaming. I'm like,
This is how I
Katie,
knew.
you're working so hard.
Yeah.
I am. It's a full-time job.
Yeah, and I knew I was really Slytherin when I realized that in my dueling, I just always picked aggressive.
I do too.
Well,
I was on Reddit.
The day that Shelley found out she was a Slytherin was a dark day in our lives.
That was
she
the best day of my
she
life.
needed counseling. For
I
this.
did. Yeah, I was.
No.
Yeah, it was a hard.
I
it was a
knew in
hard
my
thing.
heart.
Yeah.
Every moment of my
But
life.
she did it, and the Sorting Hat did not take her opinion into consideration.
Well, I was like, I'm not nice. I'm not smart. You know, I'm not courageous. So, like, that's the only option left for me.
Wait, what are you? What are the good things?
I'm clever.
Okay.
I'm cunning.
Okay. I agree with all of that.
Ambition.
I'm ambitious. Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
see, that's all good.
I'm a vulture.
You are a vulture.
But no, I mean it's
I'm a brave little kitty
like
cat.
if you take it as a cute little mobile game, it's great.
Okay.
Because you know it's characters you know, like Charlie and Bill Weasley. And,
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you get new characters
Tonks.
like Barnaby and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and
Hagrid's in
it's
it.
just fun. Like you know all the
yeah.
teachers. Snape's in it. You know,
Is,
McGonagall's in it.
is Dumbledore in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Is he hot Dumbledore or
Old
beard?
Dumbledore.
Old
Okay.
Dumbledore.
Not
Because
Jude
Dumbledore-
Law.
It's like when Harry is under the cupboard.
Yeah.
It's
Ah,
after
so, like-
Voldemort, but before Harry is old enough to go to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they
okay.
know him and they reference him because they're like, oh, he'll be here soon.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Because like Charlie Weasley's like a year under you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Bill
Got it.
Weasley
So
is
it's
a
not-
year above you.
It's
Yeah.
not as far back as Fantastic Beasts.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's fairly recent, hence the ugly clothes.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like you get to do flying class, and you get to do potions, and you get to do the new one. This for the 4th year was Care of Magical Creatures.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Yay.
So you get to go
You
to your
do
little different
charms
classes.
class.
I think that's why I
Herbology.
love the whole Fantastic Beast thing so much, because you know how much I love animals.
Yes.
And also, I was like, Fantastic Beast was a Harry Potter movie about being good to animals.
Yeah.
How can you not love
How
that?
can you not love that?
I just unlocked the lesson for Neasels, which is like a weird looking cat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I see your Neasel?
When I open up that lesson.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Awesome.
I'm waiting for my energy to refill.
Okay.
But like as a standalone little mobile game, it's very similar to other ones where you have to, wait for the energy to refill, but it's a very standard concept. Like you don't have to know anything about Harry Potter.
Okay.
The only thing it does for you is gives you a few extra bonuses when you answer trivia questions.
Right. Awesome. All
But
right.
yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, before we go, I want to let you know because starting on Monday, you can win passes to the Supernatural Con beginning tour that we were just talking about here in
Yes.
Indianapolis, and not just passes, gold passes.
Yes.
Like this is like the
Right.
premier status.
That include a bunch of autographs with those tickets. And
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
With the gold, they include a bunch of autographs, and they include you get seating in the first rows.
Ooh.
I don't think the first row probably because but like rows 2 through 10 or
Cool.
whatever.
and
Or
that's
all
a
the
guaranteed
groupable
seat for
sections.
everything. Right?
Guaranteed, and then they call for autographs and photo ops by row. So you get to go earlier,
Oh,
in the
nice.
whole process.
Yes.
You get to register first on Thursday. You go through the pre-registration when you're gold. Thursday evening, you get to go in and you get first pick of the vendor's room after you register.
Ah,
Yeah.
first to shop. I
Yeah,
like
first
that.
to shop.
I
So there,
like
it's
that.
a really cool. It's a really cool benefit.
Very
really
cool.
cool
So
package.
yeah, we'll have, and that's a register to win. So if if you're listening to this in Vermont and you want to come to Indianapolis, you can register to win, and you might win tickets.
Hey.
So that'll start on Monday. That sweepstakes will. I'll have it posted. If you're, if you found us, you probably know how to find us on social media. But I'll definitely be.
You
posting
never know.
the links, and the loud voice guy at the end,
Your husband?
my husband. We were listening last night. He's like, I would like to recut my lines. I think I sound too cheesy.
He does. He does.
But we were kind of going for that like fun feel, right?
What I would love is
Okay.
more of like the in a world.
Oh, he could do that.
Podcasts don't suck.
Where is that world?
Right here. Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
I-
Oh my God, I love that. Bobby Newport.
Yeah.
If you just like, wait, I don't follow you on any social media. I don't know how I found this podcast.
What are you doing?
KJOnAir.com will get you right to my Facebook page, and there'll be plenty. You can find me everywhere else. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Shelley. The dates for Supernatural Con beginning tour.
I think it's September 21st through the 23rd.
Yes.
Will you be
yes.
joining us for the Cancer Sex Party?
When is the
Oh,
cancer
yeah,
sex
that's
party?
September 6th.
Yes, I should be able to be.
Yay.
Bring Pokemon cards.
Okay.
Yes, I had a girl, we never end the show when I try to end the show. I had a girl today that heard me talking on my show about how Edward, he left his, like, all his favorite Pokemon cards in his pocket, and his mom washed his jeans. So
That has happened to me.
yeah,
I know
so,
how devastating
that's
that
so
is.
tragic.
yes, a girl
It is.
named Kristen reached out to me on Facebook and said, how do I get Pokemon cards to him if I can't come to the party? I told her, send them to me here at the station. If you want to send cards, that would be awesome. Obviously, our goal is to grant his wish, right?
What is his wish?
His wish is to go to Disney and have breakfast with Goofy.
Oh.
Yes,
Wasn't it like bacon sandwiches or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a bacon egg sandwich every morning.
Oh.
And he would love to have his bacon egg sandwich with Goofy.
Oh.
Yes, so that's why we're sending him to Disney, because that's where you find Goofy.
That's right.
So you can tinyurl.com/nerdywish is where you can just go donate.
Yeah.
TheCancerSucksParty.com will get you to all of that stuff. So I just threw a whole bunch of sites at you. Just whatever. Just find us somehow. Help Edward's wish and come to the Cancer Sucks Party or send Pokemon cards.
That's right.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you guys. I have to run over and check this out. I
have
don't
to
know if
climb
anyone's watching, but
You have to climb back up now.
Yeah. This is,
oh yeah, watch me climb. There we go. This is a terrible setup. It's very dangerous.
Don't try
HR would
this.
not like me climbing on a chair to climb
That's
on the
good, 'cause
counter.
HR's
Don't
not
try
here.
this at home, kids.
Okay, all right. Oh,
Our
well,
HR's not here, so.
how do I stop? Just that? How do I stop?
I
Okay,
don't know. Is that
there we go. Yep, I want to stop. Bye.
bye?